This is your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, February 28, 2023. Energy News. European Union energy ministers meet on Monday to debate upcoming power market reforms. Brussels is set to propose the revamp next month, but already countries are split over how to fix the energy system or whether it needs fixing at all. Here's what you need to know. Post-crisis changes. The European Commission pledged last year to reform the EU's electricity market rules after record-high gas prices caused by cuts to Russian gas flows sent power prices soaring for European companies and citizens. The aim is to reform the electricity market to shield consumer energy bills from short-term swings in fossil fuel prices and make sure that Europe's growing share of low-cost renewable electricity translates into lower prices. Currently, power prices in Europe are set by the running cost of the plant that supplies the final chunk of power needed to meet overall demand. Often, that is a gas plant, so gas price spikes can send electricity prices soaring. Logistics and transportation news. Maersk sells 2 of its logistics assets in Russia. Maersk has entered into an agreement to divest its logistics sites in St. Petersburg and Novorossiysk to IG Finance Development Limited. In a press release, Maersk said it was selling the 2 sites as a consequence of its decision to discontinue its activities in Russia. The 2 sites being sold are located in Novorossiysk and St. Petersburg. The Novorossiysk site is an inland depot spanning 28,750 m2 with a capacity of 1,500 containers, too. It specializes in handling commercial cargoes such as grains from railway wagons to sea containers. The second site in St. Petersburg is a 23,500 m2 chilled and frozen goods warehouse established in 2020. Upon acquiring the facilities, IG Finance Development Limited has made an agreement with Arosa, a large food importer in Russia, to operate the sites in St. Petersburg and Novorossiysk. As no further approvals are needed, Maersk states that the divestment is closed and effective as of 17 February 2023. Technology news. NASA and SpaceX early on Monday postponed the launch of 2 U.S. astronauts, a Russian cosmonaut and a United Arab Emirates crewmate, minutes before they were due to lift off from Florida on a flight to the International Space Station. The U.S. Space Agency and SpaceX, the private rocket company founded by billionaire Elon Musk, cited a technical glitch concerning the flow of ignition fluid used to help start the spacecraft's engines. The countdown had seemed to be progressing smoothly until about 2.5 minutes before blastoff, when NASA announced on its live webcast that the launch of the 4 crew members on a 6-month science mission would be postponed. The first backup launch opportunity for the mission is set for early Tuesday, about 24 hours from the initial attempt to get the rocket off the ground. Neither NASA nor SpaceX immediately said how long it might actually take before they would be ready to try again. 11th-hour launch scrubs are fairly routine in the highly complex and risky endeavor of human spaceflight. Finance news. Eurozone lending growth slows further amid downturn. Bank lending to Eurozone companies eased for the 3rd straight month in January, as rising interest, an economic downturn and increased caution from lenders appear to be taking their toll, European Central Bank data showed on Monday. Lending to businesses in the 20-nation currency bloc expanded by 6.1% in January after a 6.3% rise a month earlier, while household credit growth slowed to 3.6% from 3.8%. An earlier ECB survey showed banks already tightened access to credit in the 4th quarter by the most since the bloc's debt crisis a decade ago and predicted even more restrictive lending policies for the 3 months to March. The monthly flow of loans to companies was a mere €2 billion, but that is still an improvement on the negative €25 billion reading a month earlier. Global news headlines. Vietnam Parliament to appoint new president this week. Sources. Vietnam's National Assembly will hold an extraordinary meeting this week, a session that officials and diplomats expect to confirm the appointment of a new president amid a leadership reshuffle prompted by a sweeping crackdown on graft. Multiple officials and diplomats said the new president, a largely ceremonial role, would be Vo Van Thuong, who, at 52, is currently the youngest member of the party's Politburo, the country's highest decision-making body. His appointment comes amid an anti-corruption campaign, dubbed the Blazing Furnace, under which hundreds of officials have been investigated and many top political figures have been dismissed, including 2 deputy prime ministers. Thuong is seen as being close to Vietnam's most powerful figure, General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong, who is the main architect of the anti-graft campaign. The president in Vietnam is among the top 4 political figures in the country, together with the party's general secretary, the prime minister and the head of the National Assembly. This has been your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, February 28, 2023. If you want more global energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.